Alright guys and gals, you know who it is. It's Coach Goo back with another fun-filled, action-packed, flipped Geometry Classroom video. And today, I'm feeling good because I just had my Central Market chicken korma frozen dinner. And you know what? When you become a teacher in the first year, and especially if you're a bachelor, especially if you're a male, I feel like you become a connoisseur of frozen dinners, and as such it's very important to follow the instructions on the frozen dinner. You gotta take it out, stir it up, put it back in, so you just really gotta make sure you follow those directions. Okay, anyways, so today we're gonna be learning about angles of elevation and depression. This is the last part before we do our testing. So this is the last topic we need to know. Angles of elevation and depression. So let's take a look at angle of elevation and angle of depression. What does that even mean? Angle of elevation is the angle between the horizontal and the line of sight to an object when you're looking up. So check this out. Line of sight is going to be right here. Line of sight. All right. Then you've got your horizontal line right here. So then, what would be the angle of elevation? It's going to be this angle right here. That's the angle of elevation. All right. Now, what's the angle of depression? It's the same thing, except you're looking downwards, okay? So check this out. You're going to have your horizontal line right here. You're going to have your line of sight. And then we're going to have our angle of depression. So you see, the guy in the hot air balloon, he's looking down at the guy on the floor. Therefore, it's an angle of depression, not an angle of elevation. If you're the guy on the floor and you're looking up at the guy in the hot air balloon, then it's the angle of elevation. All right, so write that down. And so usually you're going to be given, check this out, you're going to be given two of the following three pieces of necessary information needed to set up your problem. So one, you're either going to be given how far away an object from the viewer is. Okay. Two, you're going to be given maybe the altitude from the ground to the object. And then three, the third possible thing you'll be given is what the angle is between the horizontal line and the line of sight. And i.e., that is the angle of elevation or the angle of depression. Let's talk about the procedure. It's a four-step process, okay? Very simple four-step process, just like when you're heating up frozen dinners. Make sure you follow this procedure just like it says. One, you're going to draw a picture of the situation, so make sure you read and really get a understanding what they're saying. Two, you're going to label all of the information on your picture. Three, you're going to determine, based on the angle and sides that you have labeled, which trig ratio you're going to use. And then the last step, you're going to set up and solve your trig ratio to get your answer. Let's look at some examples of the angle of elevation. Alrighty, so a hiker is standing 220 feet from the base of a hill. So look, there's the hiker guy right here. Whoa, yeah. He's standing 220 feet from the base of a hill. So there's the hill and this green thing, okay? So this is 220 feet, okay? 220 feet. The angle of elevation from where he is standing to the top of the hill is 29 degrees. That means this angle right here, that's 29 degrees. And they want us to know how tall is the hill. That's going to be the height of the hill right here. So do we know that height? No. So we're going to label that as our X. Oh, you can barely see that. This is going to be a rough one. X. I hope you can see that one. Let's label our sides, though. Let's label the sides. So we got the right angle right here. Where's the hypotenuse? That's right here. Where's the opposite side from where we're looking from? That's over here. This is opposite, is X. And that means the adjacent is 220 feet. So now, which two sides do we know? We're looking for the X. That's the opposite side, okay? And we're also know the adjacent side. So which trig function uses opposite and adjacent? SOHCAHTOA, tangent. So we're going to be writing tangent of what number did they give us? 29 degrees. So tangent of 29 equals opposite over adjacent, which is 220. Then we're going to simply multiply both sides by the 220 with our algebra. So times 220, that cancels this out, times 220. So 220 tangents of 29 equals x. So plug that straight in your calculator and you should get that x equals 121.95 feet. Feet, that is important. Not inches, not millimeters, not yards, it's feet. Feet. Everybody loves some feet. All right, next. All right, guys, so you try this number 2 right here. All right, let's take a look at our angle of depression examples. I'm a little depressed because example 3 is really terrible, so we're going to skip that one. Don't do that one because it doesn't really make sense, and this answer key doesn't make sense either. All right, let's go to number 4. A princess is on top of a 167-foot tower. So look, you're gonna have to use your common sense a little bit. Remember what the angle of depression is supposed to look like. So we've got this 167-foot tower, right? That's 167 feet. But if I draw from here to here, look right there. If I draw this height as well, that's also going to be 167 feet because it's the exact same height, okay? Next, she's looking down at a 37-degree angle of depression. That's right here, 37 degrees right there. And then this rope, this is a rope, okay? This diagonal line, that's a rope attached to the package on the ground. So how long is this rope? They want this distance. That's x. All right, so what are we gonna do? First, let's label our sides. Where's the hypotenuse? Because look, this is gonna be right angle right there. So the hypotenuse is gonna be x. The opposite side is gonna be 167, and that means the adjacent side is gonna be this horizontal line, which we're not using. So which two sides do we know? Which side are we looking for, and which side do we know? So we are looking for the hypotenuse, and we know the opposite. So which trig function uses opposites and a hypotenuse? SOHCAHTOA, it's going to be sine. So let's write sine and use the angle of depression they gave us. So sine of, that's 37, equals the opposite, which is 167, over the hypotenuse, which is x. Now we're going to solve to find our x. So first I'm going to multiply x to both sides because I don't want it on the bottom over here. So that's gone, bam. And this is going to give me x sine of 37 equals 167. But I want x by itself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and divide by sine of 37 on both sides. It's going to cancel it out on the left side and then divide by sine of 37 on the right side. And that's going to just leave me with x equals 167 over sine of 37. All we have to do is plug that into the calculator. So 167 divided by sine of 37, and your answer should be x is about 277.49 feet. And that is it. The struggle here is just drawing the picture and knowing where, all the lengths that you're given go. But this is done exactly like finding a missing side or finding a missing angle using trig functions. So that's going to be the end of this video. And until next time, see you then. Peace!